it. Now, the 10% is where is it? This is the 10.62%, is 33.33 million token. Now, why are the people receiving the, another thing is that why are the people, or what is the token that want to be released? What is it going to be used for? So let's take a look at it. Actually, I need to sign in. You know what? Let's see if we can get, okay, or do you know what? Just give me some few minutes. Let me quickly sign in. Let me just sign in so that, or let me use that fill if I can take a look at it here. Let me see, do we have it here? Okay, I think I will need to use the YDH. So I mean the token unlock to explain that for us. Let me try to log in. Okay, let me just try to log in. Continue with Google, sign in for free. Let me just continue with Google. So I can explain this for us. Now, if you take a look at it, let's take a look at the allocation. Now, you know, is 3 allocation. Why are the people receiving the token? You have the investors. So investors are going to receive the 18.49 million. The founders and employees. So the founders and the employees and advisors, they are going to receive 10.18 million of the token. And future employees, where is it? And future employees are receiving 4.47 million of the token. So meaning that even despite that the token has been added to the circulating supply, it is not everything that is being released to be traded. Let me put it in, let me use that word now. So the people that might really be trading the token now are the investors, the early investors, those who bought the sale, either at the pre-sale or the seed sale. And even for investors, before they can even sell the token, we also need to find out that at what price did they get on the token. So because imagine you bought a token for $2 and currently the token is being sold for $2.8, and despite that you'll be holding the token for a long, and knowing fully well that the bull market is around the corner, except maybe if the projects and the team are, you know, they are not going to be working on the project again, or probably they are kind of abandoning the project. That is when an investor might likely not going to, you know, leave the token. But if let's say, for example, an investor bought the token for around that 0 point something dollar, then the investor are likely going to sell off their token. So we need to first know the buy price for the investors. And looking at it, it's only 5.89% of the token that is allocated to investors that's also going to be released. And why 3.24% of the tokens that is also allocated to the team, the founders, and the employees. So if any of them is going to sell at all, you might have a drawdown, but it's not going to be a huge drawdown. And let's take a look at the YDS chart. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the YDS chart. So now taking a look at it, though we've seen the token unlock, it doesn't really have much effect because this is 2024. This is 2024, and if you take a look at it from here, let's say the last time that we had what was it called now? Sorry. The last time we have this drawdown here that got to this place was if you take a look at it, January 9. And when was the time for the token unlock? The token unlock happened when February 1st, which was what? Today, 1 a.m. Sorry, I'm using UTC plus 1. So it could be, I guess we are probably at around 10 or 9 at your side. So it happened 1 a.m. at UTC, and taking a look at it, this is where's the chart again? So this is what happened. This is what we get for it. So maybe by tomorrow we might likely have it at this phase. Where is it called? we might likely have it at this phase, which all at this phase, which is all also dependent on what BTC is going to do. So 10% of the token being released does not, like I said earlier, 10% of the token released does not mean that the token is being released for it to be just for it to be trading like that. No, there are some people based on the what we have here, based on what we have here again, we have we have for future employees, funders, and investors. So the one that we can really say that is going to really be going into the circulating supply now that is going to be traded now is majorly the investors own, and probably the employees. Is going to be like shares of the company to them that they have. All right, so it's not really going to affect the market that deep like that. So we can just have a slight drawdown, but it's not definitely going to affect the market. All right, so thank you very much for that. I wanted to show something on DeFi Llama, so we can use this to take a look at. This is a 24 hours, what's it called, revenue generated for the YDS and the free diluted market. Maybe some other time we might talk about this where I might explain to us what this means because of our time already. All right, so thank you very much. I'll stop sharing and
Okay, awesome. Very nice, very great. Thanks for all the sharing. And it's really very informative and comprehensive. Yeah, and the DeFi Llama already knows it. We'll use it. And I bet all of us already learned a lot from all the sharing and analyzing. Thanks very much. So let's keep going. Our next question. Let me share my screen here. Okay, let's go back to the first one. The question is, BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF has higher trading volume than GBTC on January 30. Does this indicate that the bearish selling pressure on Bitcoin has ended? And what could be the target price for this rebound?
Yeah, so I think this is this is interesting data. Just looking yesterday at the volume for the IBIT, that's the ticker for the BlackRock ETF, and it had about 327 million in volume on the day yesterday. However, that's still like pretty low compared to the just like the spot Bitcoin markets. So I just did a comparison and I actually looked at how much volume Binance did on the BTC USDT pair, and Binance is like doing a lot more volume than the ETFs. It's like I think it was like 727 million yesterday. So I actually don't think like the ETFs have that much of an effect on the price of Bitcoin. I think like the spot markets, just like the spot markets on Coinbase and Binance and even like CoinW, I think they have a much greater effect on price than the ETFs. I don't think the ETFs have, they just don't have that much volume yet compared to the spot markets. So that's my opinion. I actually don't think until we get more assets into the ETFs and more volume flowing in, I don't think the ETFs have that much of an effect on the direction of Bitcoin at this point. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think?
I actually sent an update a couple of days ago regarding my bullish outlook regarding the ETFs on Bitcoin. Even though I do agree, it's still not significant between spot on Binance or spot trading and the ETFs. We are seeing since the inception of the ETFs, we are seeing an inflow of at least IBIT and FBTC, which is Fidelity. So Fidelity and BlackRock, which are the two biggest, along with Grayscale. They're putting up the most volume. They are putting around 2 million daily. So that's quite a significant amount, even though it's still small. That's the equivalent to around 4 to 5 BTC each. in a couple, I mean, every day. So, I mean, they are accumulating a lot. Like we used to check Michael Saylor's buys when he announces he's buying for his company, MicroStrategy, and we took that as a bullish sign. He's holding a lot of bitcoins, but this volume that I'm talking about is like it's what he buys in a month. These guys are buying it in a couple of days. So like their combined intake is around 9K to 10K BTC, which is also interesting to compare it to what the supply is. If we think about supply, the mining supply is around 900 BTC daily. So this is 10x on the daily supply provided by miners. And also we're having the halving in a couple of months. So that if we take these numbers just as they are right now, remember this can always change at any time. We're talking about a 20x reduce on the supply. So you do the math on that. This is not just a linear calculation, because we are not even taking into account the outflows, which are going to be an influence as well. Okay, because there's inflows. I'm talking about inflows here, but there's also outflows. There's going to be selling, but I don't think for now it can impact on the Bitcoin price. But it also depends on adoption and how much money is going to be pouring into these ETFs. I think these are new, very interesting trading vehicles for institutions in traditional markets, and they're going to be definitely used for asset allocations and for hedging. So I think that's why there was such a rush from these companies to get their own ETFs, because they see a potential huge market here for business, and also we're seeing that they are actually they are reducing their fees and everything because they want to compete. So that's also going to be interesting. Traditionally, Grayscale was the top ETF, but now it has competition, which is always great to see. And yeah, I think the selling pressure, I think it's ended for now, but we shall see. We shall see what happens. If in the future this will impact the overall market and the price on Bitcoin.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for the sharing from Tango and Boris. Anyone want to talk about this question? Jay and Anya? Okay, so let's move on. The next question, which is a series of important U.S. economy data is coming this week, including Joyce job reports, ADP employment change, FOMC in non-farm payrolls. So the question is, will this macro data have a significant impact on the Bitcoin market?
Yeah, so yesterday we obviously had the FOMC meeting, and I think it did have pretty bearish effect on the crypto markets. So it was before the FOMC meeting, the market was pricing in a potential rate cut in March, which would have been bullish for risk on assets like equities and crypto. But Powell basically said that it's unlikely that there will be a rate cut in March. So that did kind of send the equity markets as well as Bitcoin itself tumbling yesterday. So I think pretty much most of the market finished in the red yesterday. So obviously that did have an effect. As far as the other data, tomorrow we have non-farm payrolls, but to be honest, I don't think the NFP data really has that much of an effect on the crypto markets from my experience. I think that's more of a driver in the in the Forex and equity markets. I think for crypto, the most important economic data is the FOMC meetings and maybe the CPI, but I honestly don't even pay attention to the non-farm payrolls. What are your guys' thoughts?
I'm gonna follow up with Boris, but I've been trading non-farm payroll on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the NFP used to be the judgment day, because like the trend of the NFP is it can stand like 3 until 5 days, because like NFP is always out on Friday. So if there is no bad news during the weekend, let's say like Sunday or Saturday, so the Harris asset can perform like 3 or more than 5 days until like maybe like Friday to Friday, because like I still prefer like non-farm payroll and FOMC as the game changer for Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance, because like that's so related with the DXY. And let's see if we don't have any bad news. So I think the trend can change, or the trend can be like, let's say the trend is going down, right? The Bitcoin. So if the NFP can make Bitcoin more bearish, so we can see like more bearish on the next 3-5 days, because like that's because the trend is so good on NFP. But on last time when I trade NFP and there is like a bank collapse, I think last year, like a bank collapse, like a capital or something on US, and then like the trend is bam, the trend is screw up. So as long there is no bad news during the weekend or Monday, or Tuesday or Wednesday, so I think the trend is gonna stay. All right, what do you guys think? Anyone? Anya? Tango?
Okay. Yeah. Taking a look at the FOMC news, right? And it didn't really change much, because the rate was still the same, like it wasn't changed. So it was still at 5.25%. So between 5.25 and 5.50%. So it didn't really change more. So for me, the other news, like Boris said, is the other news just affect the forex market, not really the crypto market. So the one that that really concern the crypto markets might likely get is the FOMC news, but then it wasn't really reaching. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Anya, you want to talk something about this?
No, the only thing that I want to say is that yeah, we're actually seeing a correlation, more of a correlation now between traditional markets and crypto. So I missed your live stream yesterday, Boris. I'm sorry. But I was
It's all
actually
good.
checking. Yeah, I was checking for a while at 2:30 to see how the crypto markets reacted, and it was actually like it was moving like just like the S&P. Like Bitcoin was like selling off, then bounced off, and then sold off again. It was like clearly a correlation there. So I haven't been paying much attention to that in the past, but I'm definitely checking it now, and I don't know how it was in the past, if it was correlated or not. But I think, and it's my opinion, that it will definitely be more correlated now. And so we as traders, as crypto traders, will have to most definitely pay more attention to traditional finance and to news like this one, because this is if it's not the most important news that we have out there. So it's very important for you to know it, because if you're trading intraday or scalping, it can create huge volatility, and it could
That's looking forward and also the relative affection. Okay, so about today's market discussion part, anyone wants to add more or discuss about that more deeply? Okay, if there is none for it, I guess today we are about to end. And overall, I'd like to thank you everyone for joining this inspiring discussion today, and thank you for our audience so patient looking for us. And please pay attention on CoinW's Twitter account and our guest Twitter, Jay, Anya, Boris, Dylan, and Tango. You can follow them and stay tuned with us, and they will always share a lot of so informative information on there. And overall, thank you so much, guys. Please take care and see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
guys. See you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. All right.